I'm Sara Meagan, and I'm about to do some snacking and yakking with Big Ben Kennedy.
That's right, Sara Meagan, comic here in the Charleston, South Carolina area. Originally from where though?
Walterboro.
Walterboro. I actually worked in EMS. Worked for a private service in Walterboro for a brief little stint. Was in this old hardware store or something. That
I know
was our
exactly
station.
where that's at.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny. They don't have much to put anybody anywhere. They're working with what they got. They're like, we'll reuse.
But aside from that, I mean, doing really well in the Charleston area. Let's count it down. You had quite a year.
Mhm.
So you won a comedy competition at Wits End.
I did, yes, sir.
And then you won the funniest person in Charleston in the Charleston City paper.
Yep.
And then you almost kicked somebody's ass. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, that's every weekend.
Every weekend I'm about to throw down.
I got my own show at Majarua and Park Circle. It's
Very
every last
nice.
Sunday of the month. So that I did all my goals this year. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna stop comedy now.
No,
Just kidding.
don't. Madra sustained me through paramedic school.
Oh,
We would
awesome.
always Park Pizza and Madra. So every time we got done classes, we'd go to Madra for a couple of pints.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, thank God we survived another one. So yeah, so that you okay. I talked to my patrons, my Patreon subscribers right
Yeah.
here. I talked to them about it because I give them a heads up, like who's coming, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Michael Clayton, you haven't seen his episode yet. It's due to
haven't.
come out.
Yeah.
He wanted buffalo wings.
That's hilarious. He
And-
loves a wing.
And I said, should we do boneless? Because we're supposed to be eating. And he goes, yeah, that's probably best.
I can see him just
Right? We're just sitting here
ASMR
just trying to
snacking
talk.
on a wing.
So I turned around and I said,
also do a meal.
right. I said, well, I guess any of this could be considered a snack if you plan on eating a meal shortly thereafter. But the argument we made for the wings was they are technically an appetizer in some places.
That's true.
But a stuffed crust Hawaiian pizza is not an appetizer
Uh,
in some places.
I think that a snack is anything you eat with your hands and you don't need utensils for.
I don't disagree with that.
Thank
That's
you.
a pretty good
Yeah,
assessment.
it
I
is.
might have to
I need to put that in the dictionary.
Yeah, I might have to agree with you there.
Yeah. So I was like, man, where's something I can eat with my hands? It's also filling. Because honestly, throughout the day, I'm not really a snacker. I don't really.
That's all I
popcorn
do.
is basically. Oh,
No, I mean that's like I eat
it
breakfast.
doesn't show. You have a great figure.
Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, well, I lost 42 pounds this year. Basically,
awesome.
I do a breakfast, modest bread, like small, like
Yeah.
yogurt, some eggs maybe, and then I just have a little snack during the day, just to, and then I have a good dinner, and it surprisingly works. You know,
That's
you eat
good.
less and you lose weight. Who the hell
Every
knew?
pound you're losing, I'm gaining. I've been eating like it's going out of style.
Not a
Cheers.
not a sponsor, but this is the new stuffed crust from Domino's.
Yes, the box was cool. That's a cool ass box. I mean, cool box.
I can't believe that everybody's been doing stuffed crust except for Domino's this entire time.
Yeah,
Because it's been at Papa John's for like 20 years.
they're just running away from money, is what they're doing. Stuffed crust is the reason why anybody gets a za.
Za. I used to work for Pizza Hut back in the day, and I know how we make them, you know, and you braid them over, and it's pretty much just like polio string cheese. You
Oh,
line
really?
it and you braid the crust
That's
over it.
cool.
You kind of like,
Have you ever
Bring-
made it at home since then?
no, the polio that you buy is different. It was
Okay.
it didn't have that like kind of, not waxiness, but like processed polio string cheese
Yeah.
holds itself. It was a little more flimsy, but you put it in there and then you fold it over and you bring the next one over, and that's how it makes that like braided thing.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Very
And then
fancy.
The thing that makes the pan pizza so amazing on the bottom is it's a butter like spray. You spray the pan, and that's why it's that
Pam.
buttery, like greasy
Where I'm
crust.
from, we call that Pam.
Well, yeah, but this is like got butter in it. I think it's not like oil or whatever. It's
Vegetable
oil, but
oil,
it's butter.
yeah.
Butter
The reason
flavored
I
vegetable
chose
oil.
Hawaiian, the reason I chose Hawaiian is because I like the controversy behind it.
So you just like to be a shit starter.
In a way, I'm not a controversial person usually, but
Usually.
I love things like this. Like I have two things I'll stand beside, and that's Hawaiian pizza and Black Eyed Peas were the greatest music group of all time. Like those are
Now,
my two.
I will agree with you on the Black Eyed Peas prior to Fergie.
Okay, that's fair.
I will agree that the Black Eyed Peas post Fergie are amazing.
What's your beef with Fergie, dude? What'd Fergie do to you?
Fergie did nothing to me. Fergie, I had a crush on her back in Kids Incorporated. I love Fergie. But it just became real pop, real formulaic, real...
I don't agree. Have you listened to the whole Monkey Business album from front to back?
No.
Back to front?
But I mean, all the hits...
Get back to me.
all the hits, the chorus is one line repeated.
That's true. The hits are like that, and they're all like about superficial things. But if you actually listen to that album, there's a lot of good songs like Gone Going. They featured John Mayer in that song.
Okay.
That one's about like getting obsessed with fame and fortune and
Right.
how it ruins like your soul. That one's really good. And then they have a whole song in Tagalog because one of the guys is half Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that Apple to App?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have James Brown featured on one of their songs.
Got you.
Yeah. You gotta look into it.
There's a band back home that was called The Speaks, and I believe they were cousins of his. That's how I knew.
Oh. Of Apple Diap?
Mhm.
Oh, nice. James Brown apparently was born around here. Did you know that? Born and raised in Barnville? Or Barnwell?
James Brown? The
Barnwell.
James Brown?
Yeah, the James Brown.
Huh. I did not know that.
Google it. Fact check me.
Googs it.
Yeah, Googs it.
This stuff crust ain't no joke.
Yeah, I know. They were like, if we're gonna do stuffed crust, we're gonna make it for real.
Garlic parmesan
It's like
dusted
cheese
it.
bread. Yeah.
Pause. Do you know what's even better than pizza? Patreon.com/Snackin Yakkin. There's a bonus podcast, behind the scenes content, and more. That's patreon.com/Snackin Yakkin. And now, back to the pizza!
I was
It is
gonna
kind of
say
like
the same
it's like the crazy bread.
Not sponsored. Does it do? Let's do a pool test. Week.
Nah, weak.
Week.
Maybe if it were hotter. Because I picked this up just before we got here.
And then we got to chit chatting.
And then we got to chit chat before the chit chat.
Yeah.
So a half
we were
hour.
yakking before we were yakking.
Before we were yakking, before we were snacking. So what is the thing that because like I stepped away from comedy. I came to this area and I jumped in, and this was the days of, Derek Humphrey, Dusty Slay,
Yeah.
Apples, Jason Gross, like all of
Clayton
us.
was probably in there too.
Clayton told me on his episode I was the first person he opened for at
Oh,
Club
that's
Light.
awesome.
I was the headliner on the show
That's cool.
that he opened for. I said, no shit. But yeah, he was new. Bill Davis was around.
I love Bill Davis.
Yeah, Bill's great. I asked him to be on here, and he's like, yeah, I'll
Probably not. No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
he said, yeah, I'll ruin the show just as well as anybody else or something like that. Very, very
I
self-deprecating
always
Bill.
call Bill Davis my husband. I'm like, if your wife dies before you, you know who to call.
He is. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's a great
He and
person.
I used to have the long hair, and I looked like the Big Lebowski. I looked like the dude,
Mhm.
and he looked like Walter. And we thought we would go ahead and team up and win like a couple of bar Halloween parties back in the day.
That's
But
funny.
I've outgrown the look of the dude, not just by cutting my hair, but by not fitting the bathrobe anymore. If you know what I mean.
I think everybody that's in the Charleston comedy scene has a unique and fun story about being with Bill. Like, I was on a paid show one time, and we were talking upstairs, and I was in a roast probably like a month before, and someone said, "Thanks, Sarah, for bringing your big country titties here."
That was him.
No.
Oh.
So we were talking about that upstairs, and then he brings me on stage on a paid show, and he's like, "Everybody, welcome to the stage, big country titties." Doesn't even say my
Doesn't say your
name.
name.
Doesn't say anything, and I lost my mind. I didn't even know what to do with that. I was like, "That is like you know what? I done my time. Thanks, everybody. Like, that's funnier than I'll ever be."
But yeah, and so the whole thing about going back in my history, but when I left, raising a family and all that stuff, and got
Yeah.
deep into EMS. When I came back to it, is now all of you guys, and
Yeah.
the scene is just so different.
So different.
So different.
Even in the short time, like, because I've been around for 3 years. The 1 years that are like just now coming in, they're totally different than me, and I'm like, I think I'm learning what it feels like to kind of like grow and see.
Or
other
even feel like
people.
you're aging out
Yes,
already.
Yeah, already. It's the weirdest thing. It's so different than when you guys were around.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just different. Like, I was asking somebody about, like, do you worry about cancel culture? Do you worry about all this? I I sit with the John Mulaney, thing about cancel culture, where it's like, cancel Big Ben Kennedy? I'll fucking murder him. You can't do anything worse to me
Than I can't
than
do to myself.
I can do to myself.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna cancel me? Okay.
I
like,
think that is a fear of a lot of like newer people. For me, I'd never, like I just said, I'm not really controversial. Like my comedy is not really controversial.
you're very matter of fact,
I'm
though.
very matter of fact,
Right.
but like it's all about me usually in my life and what I've experienced, and no one can take that away from me.
Of course.
And you can't cancel that. You know what I mean? So I think
Right. And good luck stealing that material
yeah,
and making
exactly.
it your own.
Yeah. So I think I don't really have that fear where I see why other people would.
Oh, man, I would pay Bill Davis, though, to steal your material.
Me too.
Just do it for one show.
Yes.
Just all your material.
Yeah.
And,
I
like,
tell
let-
Rossi to
and-
do that too. I'm like, you should just tell some of my jokes and see
Let
how
me
it
introduce him
lands.
as Big Country Titties, and
Yes.
then gets up there, does your entire set.
Yes, exactly.
But like you're due to go up, and you're like, son of a bitch!
I know,
like
and
he's
it was-
taking everything. I
that's
love this.
funny.
But the scene is definitely different. I mean, I stepped into it. I kind of dipped my foot in the pond back during the Sparrow days.
Yeah.
Just here and there.
hmm
But even now, it's different. It's like, I mean, I do okay, but definitely can tell that I'm approaching the old fuddy-duddy.
You getting old.
Well, that's what I mean. So, like, to the comics who do, comics and promoters who do
Mhm.
book me, Comic Life,
Yeah.
Tony Kemp, Chase Simpson,
Yeah.
they book me. I go to their rooms. I do damn well. But it's like I can't get anybody else to just put me on their stage for a minute. Because it's like, I'm not the old comic who's talking about like his prostate and shit.
Yeah, exactly. You're
Like,
not.
I'm-
You're like a family. I consider you like a family friendly, but riding that edge sometimes of
Yeah.
PG-13 are, but like
Right.
mostly family friendly.
Like, I
you don't
talk
say
about-
anything that's like, ooh, I feel uncomfortable.
Correct,
about
correct.
That. Yeah,
I-
yeah. You don't say
I
anything
do my
like that.
material is about, family and different things like that.
Yeah.
But I will call a kid a little fucker or a little
Yes,
shit.
yeah. I think that's where we get along because our comedy is based off of our experiences. And,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we just did this. So as we're sitting here like, oh, we've known each other a long time.
We haven't. Just
we
met.
just performed together
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Right? It was about 2 weeks ago?
That was our first time
So I had booked you prior to,
hmm
and then I was like, actually, I believe I am on a show with you next week, so we'll officially meet. But I already invited you to do the show. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then when we were sitting there, I was talking to you about it. I was like, it's really, real chill, real simple. And then Josh had already been on it. Jalen had
Jalen
already been
also
on
was
it. So
on it,
they
yeah.
told you, oh, yeah, it's great times. It's freaking awesome, you know?
I had no doubts. I saw the episode as soon as you invited me on it. I just like looked into it and I was like, "This is gonna be a good time."
It just is what it is.
This is gonna be easy. I'm having a Hawaiian pizza
Yeah.
and chill. Yeah.
Mike Clayton says eventually we're going to get to the point where people are going to be like, I really like just escargot as a good snack. Like, they're going to push me to what I will provide for
So
my
funny.
guest.
Can I get 2 cans of sardines and a pack of Tums? Thank you.
I'm recording an episode later tonight for a person who's in New Zealand.
Oh,
And
that's
she's
cool.
doing Prosecco and white cheddar popcorn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'll do the white cheddar popcorn. I'm going to sit here and drink wine. I'm
Yeah.
like, but here's the thing. No
Well,
offense.
that's me. I initially asked for PBR.
PBRs,
Yes.
right? And I checked the lease, and I
Yeah.
talked to the realtor, and he said it's fine, it's not illegal, but I'm worried about
Yeah, I mean,
the look.
I
Well, not the
agree with
look, but
that.
like the YouTube. Since I do so
Yeah.
many clips on social media and so many clips on YouTube, I would hate for them to get taken down simply
Over
because
that,
we're drinking.
because we're having ourselves a beer. What does
Right.
America come
We're
to?
not even-
I can't have a PBR on the internet.
we're not even getting drunk. Like
Yeah,
it's an
we're just
hour. I
having
mean, we'd have to be powering it.
Listen,
to get
don't
drunk.
test me.
Don't-
This is actually not Snackin and Yakkin. This is Sarah shotgun 6 PBRs in a row. I'm just kidding.
And I just sit here and I just watch you and
yeah,
I'm like,
and you're like,
so there she goes again. And there
I'm
she
just
goes
heavy
again.
breathing. Yeah.
Just power.
I've just got it
Just
all
getting
over
them in.
me. Yeah. Let's do that with the Pepsi. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, you'd be like that that viral thing where people were trying to chug the Sprite.
Yes. The reason I was so tickled by you and Apple's episode was y'all went to sip through the straws and they
Dude,
didn't work.
they did
That
not
tickled me
work.
so bad.
I tried and it was just not coming through, and I was hard on that
My
thing.
favorite part about that though is you're like, hey, nothing's coming through mine, and Apple's the whole time is faking it. Like you can tell he looks like he's drinking, and then he goes, yeah, nothing's coming through mine either. And
He admits it.
yeah,
He
I'm like,
admits it after I do.
yeah, if you would have never admitted that, he probably would have been fake drinking through the chocolate
Like, oh, this is
straw
great.
the whole time. Yeah.
Well, Apples and I mean, you saw I kept the retake in there that
Yeah.
I get it up for. We tried to make a really, because this was the beginning. I mean, like he's third episode.
Yeah.
So, the first 5 or 6 people did this sight unseen, which is
Mhm.
very nice. Then other people like you and Clayton, everybody got a chance to see
Yeah.
an episode before they came on, which is cool. But like he didn't know, so he was like, "Hey, we'll do that again. We'll retake that." And then we were just giggling. It was like, "Yeah, I can't do
Couldn't
it.
help it.
Can't do it. Like, there's no way I can take that out now." So
Stuck
yeah,
in there.
that was the fun stuff.
That was a good one.
But thank you for being a small fan of the show. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. It's a
I was
pleasure to
telling
be
you
on.
off the air, and the sound of my people.
Yeah, it's the police and the EMS.
Yeah,
It's a twofer.
that was fire though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's
That's crazy that you just know the sound of alarms.
Yes,
like
I
that.
do. Yeah, it's fire engine.
We'll pray for him.
And chances are it's a car accident because on the way here, I tried to turn into the Walgreens to buy the sodas, somebody blocking. And then you go past the turn lane, somebody tries to hit you.
That's something about Charleston.
Then I go to pick up
People
Domino's.
don't know how to drive here.
Go to pick up Domino's, they're blocking that one, and then somebody tries to hit me.
And then there's an illegal U-turn
It's
somewhere in there.
I tried to turn into the, the park here.
I can't even get mad when it comes to road rage because I am a horrible driver. Like, I don't even get mad when people are, like, flipping me off. I'm like, I probably did something. I can't drive that good.
I thought about everybody who gets, who has, like, certain infractions on their license that are just, like, asinine should have to wear a helmet. And then you would
As, like,
know.
shame.
Yeah, you would know to, like, steer clear of them. You'd just be driving and be like, oh, a fucking helmeted driver.
Oh,
and
man.
you just kind of, like, get in
That's
one
so
lane over.
funny. That's really
Like, it's not
funny.
shame because it's safety, but it's like a dunce cap in the,
It is, realistically.
But that's what I think. I think if you just saw a helmeted driver, you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna fall
Mine
back
would
a
have to
little
be
bit.
like bright pink so people know I'm a repeat offender.
Because it's like, why do so many people? Okay, so why is it that the person who's driving like shit, when you look at their car, it always has some kind of body damage, and you're
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh,
Did you
well,
see
no
mine?
wonder.
It was all jacked
I
up.
didn't see yours. No,
People always say my car looks like it has snaggle teeth because the grill is all like.
but that's what I'm saying is it's like, well, since you have the damage, should you be like extra careful? Because like, I'm not gonna give anybody the satisfaction of going, oh, of course, look at how they drive. But you're like, nah,
No, it's
charging
already like
forward.
that. Yes, exactly. I'm just so unaware. People are like, "Do you use your phone?" I'm like, "No, I just have no attention span." And I'll be like, "Oh wow, look at that bird," and then just boom, hit something or.
I
turn into
take
something.
Adderall. Can I recommend that to you?
I probably should take that. I gotta. If my primary care physician is seeing this, you heard the man.
I didn't have attention. Well, like, yeah, I had attention span issues, but it was just like, I was managing it and had for many, 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 many years. But at a certain point, I was like, I can't keep this going. I feel like I'm spinning plates like some
Yes.
weirdo. Like, so I had lists and I had alarms to check my lists.
That's crazy.
And I had the alarms set for almost every half hour of the day for the next thing. I even had alarms to remember to brush my teeth.
Thank God for medicine.
I had alarms to remember to take my
Wow,
medications
that's
that
a
aren't
huge
ADHD.
struggle. Yeah.
And so finally, I just kind of went and talked to a doc, and I was like, when I threw in nursing school on it
Mm-hmm.
and added more lists and more alarms, I gave up nursing school about 6 classes from my degree, and I couldn't drop back down into second gear.
I see.
And I was just like, I'm losing my mind, dude. I was like, I can't
Function. Yeah.
like I felt like I got to be doing something. I should be doing something, and I'm checking my lists obsessively, and it like
Yeah.
kicked my OCD up real bad. So he was like, "Well, we'll try Adderall," and I'm like, "I don't want to do Adderall," and he's like, "Why not?" And I'm like, "I just
Just the
don't want to mess with
stigma.
any stimulants."
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'll put you on a low dose." He's like, "It'll be fine." So I take like a low dose 3 times a day, and it freaking
And you're fine now.
was
No
amazing.
alarms.
Was amazing.
More like no alarm.
Yeah, I mean, I have 3,
good.
and they are ones that I set at the time. I'm like, I think I have one for like 1 o'clock because I was like the other day took a nap. I was like, I need to wake up by 1.
Yeah.
Like it's
I know,
no,
it's just
they're not even labeled. There's
That's
nothing.
awesome.
It's so amazing.
all right. Well, he sold me. Anybody's gonna sell me any Adderall after this, you know where I'm at.
Well, you probably should talk to a doctor. We
I
can't.
will talk to. This is not sponsored by Adderall. Heavily implied, though.
Well, I mean, imagine what kind of show we'd have. Actually, I might have been coming down off the afternoon dose. I think when I had taped
Sorry,
with
that's
apples
hilarious.
because
Yeah.
we were so goofy. So that might have been it, because
You gave apples 2 of your Adderall and forgot to re-up on your last dose. No, I'm just kidding.
no, he didn't get any that day. Why are we doing that? We're talking about.
I know
dealing.
we're talking about
illegal stuff.
We're not
That's gonna
talking
get me
about illegal
demonetized.
stuff.
No, that is not. That never happened. That will never happen.
Yeah, Adderall's not
Um,
even real.
Yeah, it's a hoax.
Stupid.
It's a made up thing. People say Adderall. What they really mean is nothing.
Yeah.
So your material, if you want to get into it, like you said, very true to life, but also very honest. But your honesty, it kind of like has them like looking at you.
Yeah, like the tickers going off in their brain.
They're studying you now,
Yeah.
which is really. You have to be having a conversation. I want to impress that upon so many young comics, but I don't know how to do that because in a social media society, every conversation is one-sided.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
get to say your piece, and then if you don't read the comments, you never have to hear anything about
You're
it.
correct. Yeah.
So when they go on stage, they don't want to hear the other side of the conversation. They fear a heckler, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Hecklers have their place. Some people can deal with them. Some people can't. Whatever.
I'm not usually the time that we did that show together
Yeah.
and I dealt with a heckler. That was, I think, like my first occasion dealing with one.
Really?
Actually. Yeah, I really haven't had any. I usually ignore
but he's not offering anything to your conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying is you can also head off hecklers if you assume the other side of the conversation.
I totally agree with that because I think also stand-up comedy I think is bigger than it has been in a really long time. Like
so
the
Dane
90s,
Dane
and
Cook,
yeah, the 90s and
MySpace, that was
2000s
mine.
were huge. And
Yes.
then like it had a lull, and now it's like kind of reverberate. It's like getting big, huge again because of reels and TikToks and shit like that. That comedians now that are just starting out or like as young in time frame as me, always want to press. They want to like touch the edginess. They want to almost cross that line because that's how social media culture is. You want to almost cross that line. And I'm like, no one really cares about our political opinions, what we think
No.
about stuff. People want just like an easy, good laugh.
Yeah.
And something that's honest and like true, you
Yep,
know? And
yep.
so I think that's why people, when they laugh at me, yeah, they study me and they kind of, and it's matter of fact, but I'm not like talking about people laugh to get away from the real world. So why bring
Yes.
the real world into comedy?
Well,
Does
I
that
mean,
make sense?
Yeah, and YouTube,
Yeah.
you can't, YouTube, TikTok, all of it is a business more than it has ever been. And it's a political business. People who aren't politically minded, who don't give 2 shits about anything political, will start a political channel because watch hours equal ad revenue, equal money.
Yeah.
They want that viewership. So and then they get caught up in, sorry.
Does the stuffed crust get you? You got a little cheese in your
no.
throat?
And then they get caught up in opinions that aren't even theirs.
Yeah.
So
or
they're
true to
just like,
themselves, yeah.
oh yeah. So they're actually going into a situation uneducated, letting the public at large educate them, and then finding out that that's my lane, and they go full force into it. And it's like, but you don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and you don't actually feel that way.
And you don't actually feel
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. This is a business, and social media, Facebook pages, all these things will pay you. You know, I mean, my
To
Facebook
say or
page,
do whatever.
my Facebook page is paying me for the clips I put
For
from this
pictures
show.
of his toes.
That's right. These pretty bastards. These pretty things right here.
He's got the socks on because he knew that y'all were looking. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Now, I have a whole bunch of socks, and I was wearing Laughing Colors, so I thought,
yeah, those
colors.
go really good and well together.
And they actually-
match the carpet.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Which doesn't really it only gets a little bit seen. It's like cut off right, I think, at the feet, maybe
You
a little
should
bit
just
of the
aim
feet.
it towards it. No one cares about our faces. This carpet's way cooler.
We're talking, and I'm doing this constantly, and you're bouncing. It's
Yeah.
just like,
I do have a nervous, like when I was watching Apples, his legs were open the whole time, and I was like, Apples, close your freaking legs.
just
Be a
sitting
lady, Apples.
there, just sitting there all bulge out.
Yeah, that's
You
funny.
want to
But
know the
anyway.
truth? You want to know the truth? I'll admit it right here. Sorry, Apples. I had to put a blur. I did. I'll show you the raw footage. It was like balls. And I had to take and like match the tone of the pants.
Oh man,
And,
good
like,
job.
fade-
That's seamless.
Do an opacity and like kind of just because it was only the wide shot.
Yeah.
And so I did it on the wide shot. So like basically then I have to watch this, concentrating on this fucker's bulge to make sure
The whole time to
that
edit
the
the
thing
bulge out.
that the thing stays with it.
That's super funny. I love that. Does he know that?
He does not know that.
Well, now he knows.
He does-
If you
he
don't
knows
know,
now.
you know.
All right, well, to be fair, we did kind of lie to him. He showed up in shorts and was like, I hope I'm not the first person to wear shorts on here. And we said, oh, no, Andy Forrester wore shorts.
And he did.
He did, but I'm pretty sure he switched into pants when he first got here.
Oh, maybe.
No, I think he had he had the shorts
can't-
and
I
the
watched
long
that episode,
Spider-Man
too.
socks.
His pants came down to like his shins so that you could see the socks.
Okay.
Andy Forrester. So, my first book show was Keith D. Keith
Yes.
is. I love Keith.
I actually miss Keith. I mean,
I have
him being
nothing
out of
bad
the
to say
scene
about Keith. He's
has
a good man.
been noticeable.
And I was working at a restaurant in Goose Creek, and Keith comes in with Andy Forrester.
Yep.
And they're sitting and eating dinner. It was kind of late, and I remember being kind of aggravated that they came in so late, because I was like getting ready to get off, and I was like trying to do my side work. And Keith was like, "I know you from somewhere," and I was like, I don't know where, I've never seen you before. And he was like, "Do you do comedy?" And I think I literally had only done like maybe a month, and it wasn't even consistent. And he was like, "Yeah, I saw you do comedy, and you did way better than I anticipated." And he goes, "Next week I have a show on Thursday, 5 minutes, and book me for my first show."
I'm telling you.
And I was like, for me to be pissed off that Keith D just wanted some jalapeno poppers, and now
You think that's what it was? You think he was like, I'll sweet talk this lady. But then you didn't give him for free, and he was like, she could have gotten 10 minutes.
No, and he gave me $20. I remember I cried over that $20, and he was like, "You're a paid comic now. You get." And I know that it's just $20, but it means
No,
so much
it does.
to you.
It does.
Because you're like, oh, somebody saw something in me that I didn't see. I was so new to it. I didn't intend to ever be booked on a show, and so for him to do that, like Keith will always be in my good graces. He could literally kill somebody. I'd be like, they probably deserved it.
Yeah. You're messing with the D.
Yeah, you're messing with Big Daddy D. All right.
Big Daddy D. But shit.
And just got some za.
But he had his finger on the pulse of this area, man. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew me. He knew everybody. You didn't
Yeah.
even have to be actively doing it. He just knew.
Mm-hmm.
But his absence in the booking scene is felt.
Oh,
It
for
is,
sure.
whew,
I agree.
noticeable.
I mean, yeah. And he reminds me a lot of you, because y'all both give excellent advice, and like
Yeah.
for free. Like, you just want people to succeed,
I want
and that's
people
how
to
Keith
be.
is. Yeah.
I want them to be the best. I mean,
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I don't sit there and go, see them right there on TV?
That's called me.
That's because of me.
No,
Like,
you're just
no.
happy to see people
I
do
won't-
well. But Apples gave me advice like that once, because I was trying to figure out, I have so many stories and jokes and things that happened in life from when I was a drug addict.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know how to make these things funny because those things are hard to talk about for some people. They make people uncomfortable, and I don't want to do that, right?
Right.
And he was like, I think it'd be funny if in the middle of your set you go, that reminds me of when I used to smoke crack, and then just go into like a random, like, you know, bit about
Ready or
that.
not.
I was like, yeah, exactly. And then people would be like, that was totally random, and then just go back into what I was saying. And I was like, that's honestly a great idea. I haven't really tried it yet. And I think that's why people do things once and they don't do it again, because it's out of your comfort zone. It's not part of your like usual mannerism, and so you really actually have to like think a little harder about it. I think about myself as an audience member who's watching comedy and not a comedian. That's the kind of comedy I usually lean towards, is like people's like life and
Yeah.
that kind of.
Which I told you have that Brett Butler
Yeah.
and anybody. If you're gonna think that that's not a compliment, pay attention. Go fucking find Brett Butler's material, because she is hilarious
She is.
and she's brilliant and all that stuff. So yeah,
Thanks.
that's not saying that she's anything less than great to compare her to somebody like that. So please
I
understand
agree.
that.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying, is she tells personal story. You do too.
Yeah.
I love the one about the smoking crack. And they're like, but how are your teeth so nice?
Yeah, and because of the baking soda.
You're like,
yeah.
well, there's baking soda
And toothpaste. So there's baking soda and crack. Yeah. You know, my mom doesn't really know a lot about that time frame of my life. And so when she hears those jokes, I think she thinks I'm still joking. And I'm like, no, Mom, that's real. That's a real thing that happened to me. And she's like, oh my God. It like takes her back. She's like, that's crazy.
Before we started filming, so how old are you? She asks my son, producer.
Yeah.
And then she asks me how old I am. I tell her.
And I'm like, you're the same age as my mama. How does that make you feel?
What it makes me feel like is that the I'm old enough to be your dad thing, God, it's true for all of you.
But my parents had me when they were pretty young. I mean, they were still teens. So
Yeah.
I mean,
If I would have had a kid at 16, that would have been Josh Mills. Like, I mean,
that's a
I'm
good
older
point,
than
yeah.
so much older than all of you.
Yeah, she was pregnant with me at 19 and had me at 20, but I mean, it was like only a few months away.
My mom had me at 19 before she turned 20.
Yeah, exactly. So, but my mom is more of like my friend now. I don't
My
know
mom
if
is
you
too.
have that
Yep.
relationship with your mom. Yeah.
He'll tell you. My mom actually, love you, Mom. I turn around and tend to be kind of the grown-up. Like, I kind of tend to be
Me too.
not the adult. Like, she's not childish,
but
but
you're like the not
I'm
even
the
that.
I'm the
advice
mature.
giver?
Yeah, I'm the mature. Like, kind of.
My mom
like,
calls me about everything.
I have to talk her into things, but it's like, you've been around for 19, 20 years longer than I have. Like,
Yeah.
but she leans on me for that, like, kind of guidance and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's pretty funny. But
Same
yeah.
with my mom,
Yeah,
and
it's
it is
switched.
funny. And I think there's something I used to get really aggravated about it, but now I really like it because I think that shows that my mom trusts my character. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
she looks up to me for advice because she knows that I'm a good person, and I like that's my mom. If I could think of anybody that's a wonderful human, that's the first person I think of. So
Well, to go from your mom, my mom, to your mom, which is my age, to
Mhm.
you,
yeah,
my mom's generation was ignored.
yeah,
Like,
sure.
you just go outside,
and fuck
come home
off.
if you
Yeah,
want.
or
come home if you want.
Yeah.
If the police bring you home, I'll say, oops, I thought they were in their bedroom. Like, there was a thing on TV when I was a
That's
kid.
nuts.
There was a thing on TV when I was a kid that said, like, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Because
Yes,
people would be sitting there and they would go,
I've heard.
oh,
of those,
shit.
yeah.
Like, they're still outside, or maybe they're in a ditch, or maybe a molester got them. Like,
Yeah.
it was so terrible.
Exactly, and kidnappings were not like
Not
they were
done.
popular.
Right, they were
Yeah,
happening.
Yeah, and they still were like, you know what? I didn't really want one anyway.
I mean,
Susie
like,
wasn't that good of a kid.
I went to my Grammy's house for the summer, and she would be like, go outside, and like not let us back in the house. So we would find our
Yes.
friends who had air conditioning to go hang at their houses.
Yes, that's how my life. Because I am working on this joke, so everyone gets to listen to the very early parts of it.
All
but
right.
anybody that grew up in the trailer park or white trash, they're automatically 20 years behind. So like, you're the way you grew up is probably very similar to the way I grew up. That's how my parents were and my grandparents was go
Right.
outside and then you'd find somebody that had air conditioning
Right.
and you'd fuck off with
But
them.
close enough
Yeah.
for me was the Adam Walsh thing happened. That's the guy from Matt Walsh from America's Most
yeah,
Wanted. His
yeah.
son was abducted, so that happened
Yeah.
during my, and that
Oh.
became big news.
And
So
mine
when,
was John Benet Ramsey.
right. So when but
She's
that
still alive. No, I'm just kidding.
but when that happened, then it seemed like it was possible.
I
That
see.
was when they started.
It touched home a little more.
That was when
yeah.
they started with the milk cartons. That was when
Uh-huh.
like my generation really started. They started maybe giving a shit about their kids.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we hovered you guys a bit. Like not
Yeah.
you.
Not me.
I hovered him.
Yeah, I was about
I
to say.
hovered like a little bit.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
No, no, no.
my siblings are 10 and 8 years younger than me.
Okay,
So my parents are totally different people than when I was growing
Correct.
up, right? Like they're so
well, 19 and 9 are my two.
yeah. Sydney, my sister turns 20 in August, and then
Okay.
my brother just turned 18 in April.
So okay.
Yeah, they're
so,
the same. So my parents hovered over them too, but me, they were like, Psh.
right. You were just born a little bit. Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So
They
you
were
were
like,
the
figure
tail-
it out, watch
the
a
tail
VHS.
end of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I had him carry a walkie-talkie to his friend's house,
That's
which was like in the
hilarious.
back cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you carry this with you. I bought walkie-talkies specifically
So that we
I
could
could
keep
like
in touch.
check in with him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like the joke about the ringworm where I'm like, play out in the ditch and get ringworm, and my mom thought she burnt me with a cigarette. That's totally true. Like, my parents would just let me play in the ditch in the backyard, and I'm like, that's crazy. There was probably like snakes and gators and
Yep.
all kinds of shit back there. And it was, so my dad was in the service, and so we moved around a lot. And I'm like, we don't know anybody in this town, like, we're just hippity happening.
Well, in the 4th grade, 5th grade, that kind of time for me, not so much a 3rd grade, maybe a little bit, but we had like these like gully and like creek kind of thing in the back of our neighborhoods, and we had like wooded areas before they got, deforested and roads
and
built.
now
and
there's cookie cutter houses
yeah,
everywhere.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was kids who were perpetually superheroes. They always wore their bath towels as capes, and we all had like our identities. And I was like a game show host. I turned my big wheel upside down, and I would have them spin it
crazy.
like the Price is Right wheel. Do you know what I'm saying? I would offer prizes.
insane.
Yeah, I was the game show host. So we all had these like things that we kind of did during the summer, and it sounds silly, but have you ever watched Craig of the Creek?
Mm-mm.
See, Craig of the
Is it
Creek,
before my time?
maybe after your time. It's a
Okay.
pretty recent show. Like, I mean, within the last like 10 years, bud.
Oh, okay, cool.
Bud,
He's
10
not listening.
years? Craig of the Creek? When did that come about?
Google it.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Look that up for me. But they have like this whole like system of like people and all that stuff. And I said, man, that reminds me so much of like growing up.
Yeah.
And then you found out that like the creators from like Olney, Maryland. And I'm like, that's hilarious. It's not only, it's Olney.
Old name.
So it first came out in March 30th, 2018.
Right. Okay. So not even 10 years old. So yeah. So I see that.
I'm gonna have to
and-
watch that.
Yep.
Thank
I
you
did.
for the
I did game
recommendation.
show stuff.
That's so funny. I can imagine you doing that.
yeah.
As
I
a
wanted
little
to be
kid.
one. I totally wanted to be one.
That's a cool. I wanted to be a WWE diva. That was my.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, honestly,
cool.
yeah, that was my kid thing that I was way into wrestling. Wrestling
So-
was big.
What made you then kind of like want to do comedy? I don't think we touched on that, right?
Yeah, no, I always have been interested in comedy. I remember I stayed home a lot when I was a teenager and always watched comedy specials by myself. I never thought about doing it though. And one time I was super drunk and I went to the Sparrow and they had an open mic and I was like, you know what, I'm hammered. I'll try it. Number 1 was the only spot that was open. I was like, if I suck, I'll never come back here. And if I do well, then I'll keep doing it. And I did. Looking back at that video, horrible. But I felt like I got some laughs and I did exceptionally well for my first time and
There
not
you
having
go.
anything prepared and being totally blacked out.
Yeah.
So I just kept doing it and I found that it was more of an outlet for me. Like it was therapeutic.
Yeah.
Like I could talk about these things that made people uncomfortable usually or like were painful to me in life
Right.
and I was able to turn them around and make them something like funny
Right,
and
where
a good
whereas somebody
time.
who knows you would be like, "Oh, don't say that." Or
Yes,
yeah, they
yeah.
shut you down when you
People
have the
when you're
mic
on
and they
stage
don't
is
do it.
different.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
it's comedy at
I
that
understand
point.
that.
It's not like a personal joke or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And so I found that I could do that. I could talk about these difficult, weird things in my life or like make fun of myself, which is like people think when you're the type of person that make fun of yourself that you're insecure, uncomfortable, but I think it's
Right.
sometimes the opposite. Like I'm very secure in myself, and I think that's why I am able to make fun of myself because I know my shortcomings and I know
Right.
where
Exactly.
I'm not great, you know. So, but yeah, I found it as therapy, and I never intended to do any kind of bookings or be in the paper or none of that. I actually was like, if it starts feeling like a job, I'll probably stop because it was
Yeah.
such like a hobby to me. It was something that I didn't want to get ruined by that, and so far it really hasn't.
It
Like,
became a job for me
Yeah.
towards right before I moved to here, where I was gigging every single weekend, and I played like 11 states in
Oh,
06
wow.
and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and it became like that. And as I sit here now, missing it and wanting to get back to it, I would tell you, man, I had so much fun on the road. It was the best times of my life. But I do remember quite a few times
Being exhausted.
being like, man, if this gig got canceled right now, that would
I
be the
wouldn't be.
best thing
Yeah, I wouldn't
ever.
be upset about it. I feel
'Cause,
that way
like, I
sometimes.
don't feel like
Like I
traveling.
have to
and I
drive
don't
to
feel
Savannah
like,
after
right.
this for a show. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like going.
Yeah.
And now once I went and once I got there, I always had a good time,
Yeah.
you know. But
Or sometimes you just don't feel like being funny. Do you know?
yeah,
I get that feeling a lot where I'm like, I just want to be regular Sarah today. I don't
right.
want to be comedian Sarah, you know?
Yeah, paramedic Ben, he makes everybody laugh. Like it's so weird.
It's a
Like
different,
when
yeah,
I'm in the
yeah.
hospitals, I make the nurses laugh. Like, but it's that cute.
Easy, like,
It's that cute older
You ju-
brother guy. You know, like saying
Yes, yeah.
that seems to be my thing.
yeah.
I think about that all the time.
I think about that sometimes too because my comedy is kind of campy too in a way and like got like a character-ish behind
Well, yeah.
it. And so like I do realize
country titties, country girl.
big country, yeah, just a down home country guy.
Yeah, your
all the
accent's
time.
thicker on stage
It
too.
is.
Yeah.
I also drink. So
Right, right.
yeah, like when I'm in like professional mode, this is my professional voice, like when I'm at work. But yeah, my comedy is kind of campy and has that feel to it, and so I do notice that some people are interested in that.
It brings a familiarity or it brings a comfort level.
That, yes, and I feel like as a human, like a comedian, as someone just their perception of themselves, right? For me, it helps me divide Sarah off stage and Sarah on stage.
That's true too.
You know what I mean?
Protective
Like,
measure?
I think it helps me mentally when I'm like in that mode versus like this person that you're talking to now.
Yeah.
Because when I'm on stage or even when I'm in the comedy mode, I'm like, hey y'all, how's everybody doing that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I do think it is a protective measure because your real identity, I don't think you want to fully expose that sometimes.
Right,
You know what
right.
I mean? You know, I don't think that goes for everybody, but for me,
You know
that
who I
does.
think is 100% the same way on stage and off? Burt Kreischer.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah, he's the
100%.
same. And honestly, Tom Segura is kind of the same in that.
I
Yeah.
bet you Tom
those
is
two together.
probably a lot more sensitive off stage.
Yeah, he probably cries a lot.
I bet you he is.
Tom, you be
probably-
crying.
I bet you he's a bit more of a sweetheart,
Yeah.
you know, because his wife, you know, and his kids and all. I bet you we get dickhead Tom, but I bet you he's not
He's
in
not.
real life. Nah.
I tell like my close friends and stuff a lot that I try to be like Larry the Cable Guy, because Larry the Cable Guy is truly a character, right?
Yes,
He's his own
100%.
image, but Larry the Cable Guy ain't always Larry the Cable
No,
Guy. He's
no.
a regular dude. You
You know his real name?
Yeah, I knew it's not Larry, but I don't know what it is.
Dan Whitney.
Oh,
Yeah. His headshot as Dan Whitney used to be up at Kazi's Comedy Club in Newport News, Virginia.
And now
He used to
he's
play
Larry
there,
the Cable Guy.
and he had played there. And I don't know if I don't know if they ever took it down, but it was neat
That's
to see
really
his old
cool.
to see his old
yeah.
headshot where he had the low cut shirt with a little bit of the chest hair out. And he had a chain and stuff like that.
That's
and he
crazy.
he had
No
he had
sleeveless shirt.
short hair and just a mustache and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Totally different looking
Isn't
dude.
that so weird? And
Mhm.
so you find your voice and your place and your thing that you like. You
Yeah.
know, Because I like being Sara Meagan. Sara Meagan's cool, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Sara Meagan really likes NASCAR, but regular Sarah likes NASCAR
do.
too.
I love it. I love the Daryl. I mean, not the Daryl Waltrip. I'm thinking the Dale Earnhardt.
Oh,
You said the jacket
yes,
that you
that's
got
a
with,
real story.
that you got with
I was with a Colombian guy
okay.
from Colombia, and I put my Dale Earnhardt jacket on, and he was like, "Isn't that the bitch that crashed?" And I was like, "Whoa!" I remember I was so shocked, and he was like, "Yeah, the bitch that crashed." He seemed so casual about it, and I was like, "I know you're from Colombia and you don't know like culture in South Carolina, but like,
Ready to cut your ass.
Yeah, I was like, "This you might can say that in front of me, but do not say that in front of anybody that you meet." And he was like, "Yeah," and he like looked it up. It was Amelia Earhart.
Right, he saw
Yes.
Earhart. He saw the
thought-
last name.
Yes, exactly. And I was
The
like,
bitch that
"Holy
crashed."
shit! Yes, that is the bitch that crashed. Actually,
That is
not Dale Earnhardt though." I was like,
the joke.
That
The
is the
jokes
real
that came
thing.
out because I was a comic on circuits when he died, and they were talking about, you know,
I don't know why I'm doing that. Sorry.
no, you're fine. They were talking about with Dale Earnhardt. They're like, you know, NASCAR, the only sport where you go left, 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 and he decides to make a right, and look what happens, you know. And I was like, all right, so I think if he heard that, he'd find that pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know, like he decides to make a right and see what happens. Like first time.
I just watched this documentary on him. He was kind of an asshole, actually.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
I heard Junior talking about him. and
yeah,
he
like
was
he wasn't super fun.
super stern.
Yeah, he
and
was kind of a
like,
dick.
yeah, not very, not. Yeah, I mean, like,
I've been cussing this whole time. I keep forgetting.
No,
Sorry.
you're fine. No, you're fine. I mean, cussing's fine. Junior said he felt like he lost Senior's respect over like not picking up like a bucket of
yeah.
something.
I remember seeing that part.
He said he couldn't do it, and his dad was upset that like he didn't even try. And like, but it's like, come on, he's a kid, you know. And I mean, he was a kid. I think he was like 11 or something.
Yeah, he was like a kid. Yeah,
you know, and yeah, so he was a real stern type of dude.
Dale Earnhardt's dad was also like that, and
Once
so
again,
it trickles down.
How we do.
Yeah.
So
Funny
tell
how that
your
works.
mom I'd like to hang out with her sometime.
Dude, Sandra's a good time.
We could trade stories.
Yeah, back in
Is
my
she single?
No,
Neither
she's
am I.
married.
I'm just
No,
like-
I was like, you're married. Your son's here. No, but
Look how he looks up.
he's
all
like, wait a
swell.
minute.
Like,
But my mom is so funny, like unintentionally. I remember like in her heyday when she used to frequent the bars, she hated when people would call her Sandy. She's like, my name's Sandra, and
gotcha.
she would always say, you can only call me Sandy if you're fucking me or paying my bills, is what she used to say. And I mean, my mom is such like a petite little lady, but like she's
To
tough.
be so mouthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's tough. And I get that from both of my parents. Both of my parents are very tough, you know, just like hardworking people. My dad was in the military, so I get that from him. And
Very cool.
he doesn't put up with anybody's shit. And my mom's always like, you need to be less like your dad. You're always just saying however you feel without any repercussions. And I'm like, well, I'm not putting up with anybody's shit.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have to.
I've always been like that.
And especially, you know, I talked with Clayton about this, and I'm guilty of it to a small extent. Not being as respectful to women as I should have been years ago.
Oh,
We're talking
really?
about probably about.
I would have never guessed that from you.
Well, it's
Or Clayton, honestly.
no, he didn't.
He's like, no, I've always been respectful.
We were
towards
talking
women."
about it,
Oh.
you know, like when I first came to this town on in comedy, I had my material was a lot more misogynistic, a lot more sexual driven,
Mhm.
and
Well, you're also younger and like.
true, and I didn't really give a lot of women comics their
Credit, maybe.
maybe like I kind of just like nodded when they were speaking to me, and I wasn't really
The
listening.
same
and,
respect, maybe. Yeah.
and so I definitely, you know, as you say, I would never guess that because
Yeah.
100%. I love female comics, so I say female or women comics. I love them. I think the voice that they offer that is different, and I don't think it's entirely. I think a woman toe to toe with a man can be funnier than a man any day of the week, and I never thought that they weren't funny. I'm just saying is the way that they approach certain material.
I agree.
I kind of wasn't relating to or interested in. And so but instead of just like accepting that, like, hey, we're all just trying to carve out
Our
a
own
personality,
thing. Yeah.
I just kind of like, okay,
shrugged to
like
it,
just
yeah.
shrugged and was like,
That's really noble of you that you're willing to admit that about yourself. Actually,
well,
like,
yeah.
not a lot of people could be like, you know what? There was a point in my life where I treated someone or a group of people that I really.
Well, I mean, when
shouldn't
Clayton
have.
said I was the first one he opened for at like Club Life, I said, was I nice to you?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that I was not nice to people, but I definitely was more northern
You probably had
down
like
here.
a wall. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't medicated.
Because
I hadn't had my breakdown yet.
no Adderalls yet.
No. We're talking about the other stuff.
Oh,
the
okay.
antidepressants,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't medicated yet. And he called me out on that episode, and I haven't edited it yet, so I don't know if I'm keeping it. But no, he said after I had been diagnosed, I went on stage, and I had some very, very candid material about my experiences with the breakdown and the therapy, and
Yeah.
at Tin Roof one, and he was just like, "Whoa."
Were you diagnosed with depression or a number of other things as well? If you don't mind me asking.
Whole host.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like alphabet soup.
Yeah.
God,
I feel-
PTSD, OCD,
All the things. All the
ADHD.
acronyms. I'm
yeah.
bipolar.
Same here. But it's weird having PTSD before you get into EMS.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think I also do, but let me chew my fucking food first.
No, you're fine. You want
Coming
another slice?
from a war veteran, I feel like I'm not allowed to claim PTSD. That's my problem.
Yeah, that I can see that.
Because my dad endured so many true horrific things, and like, yeah, I've endured some bad things too, but like, I guess it's like, you've got 2 arms cut off and I got 1 arm cut off, and I feel more bad for you because you've got 2 arms cut off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't think I should talk about my 1 arm being cut off. I'm lucky to still have an arm. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
What a weird analogy. But...
No, I mean, it does. If you want to, go the disabled vet route, I mean.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I do get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's it. No, I'm just kidding.
No. But yeah, so I don't know. It's like I hit about a 3-day depression after I got back from home just recently.
Yeah.
I went home for a visit for 4th of July, and then I
Yeah.
got back home and hit up for like 3 days, 2.5, because I missed it. I miss home.
Yeah.
I feel like a alien in this place. Always have, always will.
That's fair. I can't blame you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just do.
I think Charleston it reminds me of Florida, like in the sense of no one that's really here was born or raised here, and the people that were born and raised here are extremely territorial about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy living in Charleston in that aspect of the way.
Right. My wife is the native from here. That's why I live here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you what brought
We
you here.
live 5 minutes from her childhood home.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Does she ever visit it? Is it in the family still?
Oh, yeah. Mom lives there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's
Yeah.
some Walterboro shit.
Over there all the time.
We just have like in Walterboro, people will put like 6 trailers together and they're all family members. Like seriously, it's like 6 trailers on one dirt road, and they're like, "Yep, your cousin lives there, your aunt lives there, Meemaw lives there, and we live here."
And the street is like the last name lane.
Literally, yeah.
I always
There's a
wanted,
horse for some reason. that
I always
no one
wanted to
takes
create a
care of.
trailer park or like a neighborhood called Around Here. So when they go, where do you live? It's like, oh, around here. I always thought that'd be fun.
There's that bar in Goose Creek called Nowhere.
Really?
It's called Nowhere Bar, and it's like, oh, where are you going? Nowhere. I love that. There's something so funny about that.
Right. It's kind of like the free beer.
Yeah.
Like the misleading,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the band called, that's what Bare Naked Ladies was about.
Oh, really? That's funny.
I think they came up with that name. So that way on the marquee, it was like, live tonight, Bare Naked Ladies. And they're like, yeah. And then they get in here and find a bunch of Canadians
That's
singing
so
pop
funny.
songs.
Yeah. Do they sing the It's Been? Is
Yeah.
that them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been. I do that all the time. It's funny.
Yep. We saw them in concert. That was one of
They were here recently. I
Benjamin's
thought.
first concerts.
That's cool. Imagine that being your Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, it was.
What was your first concert?
It was that, and then the second one was Imagination Movers. And they were really cool though. They were super
what was
cool.
your first concert?
Shit. First concert that I actually drove to it. So I got all my friends together and we drove down to Nissan Pavilion in Virginia, and it was Oasis.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty badass.
I like that.
That's a fun one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oasis, Screaming Trees, and Chalk Farm, I believe.
Have you seen anybody that's like dead now?
Let's see, somebody I've seen. Oh yeah. I saw Prince.
Oh, I have a Prince too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
saw
I
Prince
love
at the
Prince.
Coliseum.
That's amazing. Did you cry? I would have cried.
I cried during Purple Rain
As you should.
when the whole Coliseum was doing the.
Yeah.
It was like, and he wouldn't stop. He just wouldn't stop. He would just play, and then he would stop, and it would just be all of our voices, and I just got choked the fuck
Yeah,
up.
that gives you chills. I saw Diana Ross in the Coliseum and I cried. I went with my grandmother, and we had a blast. But like as soon as she looked like an angel, she had this white dress on, and I was like, oh. And yeah, I cried like a baby over that concert.
Who else have I seen who might not be here anymore? I can't tell you. I've seen so many people. I really.
Yeah, I'm a big concert person.
Me too. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's like expensive
Yeah,
as
it's like $8
I mean,
billion trillion. So
Well-
I listen to the radio still,
Yeah.
and I always sign up for like free concert tickets on 98 Rock. Like I do the online
Right.
contests and
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah, because they give you the secret words and you have to type them in.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is I found ticket stubs before, and when you look at the ticket stubs, you realize you saw, say, like Oasis for $25.
hmm
Oasis. All right, let's pick a band that isn't like, mythical. Like, because they're on this reunion thing.
Mythical.
You know what I'm saying? They're on this reunion
Yeah.
thing, and they got a high ticket price, but it's like,
Mhm.
oh.
Yeah.
All right, so say Foo Fighters have never stopped.
Okay.
Okay. So I saw Foo Fighters at a concert at a festival, but say I would have seen them just exclusively them. I might have paid $25 for a ticket in 1997.
And that
Okay.
sounds nice.
If you take 1997, you adjust for inflation up to now, find one of those online, probably about $51. Okay. So prices have roughly about doubled since
Yeah.
about 1997.
Yeah.
You name me a ticket that I can see the Foo Fighters for $51. Ever.
I
Anywhere.
can't. No.
I
it's
can't see them in
insane.
an open air field for $51.
No. I mean, it's like I was looking at the Creed reunion tour
Mhm.
that's going on at the Credit One Stadium, and the tickets were like $200 or
And just
something.
saying, when you do a specialized thing like that, but just pick any band that's still been kicking around, and it's like the ticket prices have just got so ridiculous.
Yeah, and I went to the same high school as the bass player from Creed. So Brian Marshall, if you're listening to this, I deserve free tickets. No, but and not to be hateful, but a lot of these bands that have these high ticket prices are not in their prime anymore.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
they're kind of old and
So are they
seasoned and don't
adjusting-
sound the way
Are they
used
adjusting
to.
for less crowds?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, they're like, if we're only going to get half capacity, we need
Yeah.
to charge double the amount so we can make the
That's-
same as we always did.
My favorite band is Everclear. You probably know who they are.
Of course I know
Yeah,
Everclear.
and
I
they
actually want to
still-
snag him so bad because he's going to be
Oh,
at
Art is such a nice guy. Yeah, I'm going
Art
to
is
that
going to be
concert.
at Windjammer.
No, they changed it to Charleston Music Hall because it's their anniversary tour.
I wrote it down, and I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to
Yeah.
try and get him
He
on
probably
here.
would. I've met him a couple times, and he's like one of the nicest, famous people I've ever
I
met.
introduced him to him because he was on Ned's Declassified School
Yeah.
Survival Guide as the music teacher.
Uh-huh.
And Ned wanted to rock out, but he was like, you got to learn your fundamentals
Yeah.
first. So then he was like, when he was there, and he said, he's really not like a subtle hint kind of guy. You really kind of drive the point home. So then
Yeah.
he's in the locker. I don't want to be a loser.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, you know who that is? Of course, he's like 5. He's like, no. And I'm like, hold on. And I introduced him to that whole music
Yeah,
catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I saw Everclear in concert, they sucked.
I
They were
believe it.
so terrible. They were still a 3-piece.
Yeah.
And I mean, Art might have been he might have been in kind of the throes of it.
Yeah.
And then I saw them probably about 4 years later, around the time of Everything to Everyone.
Yeah.
And then they had the touring musician.
was
They
so
were like
much
a
better.
4-piece. They were incredible.
Yeah,
That was
they're
probably
great
one
now.
of my favorite shows.
But their tickets are still cheaper. That's what I
Oh, they
love
played
about
like the
them.
Crawfish Festival
they
out
don't
there
give
by
a
the
damn.
Gamecock
Yeah,
Stadium.
they care about their fans
and
more
they're
than they care about
playing
the dollar.
They'll
Yeah.
play the beach stage here at
Yes,
Windjammer.
at
They
the
just
Windjammer.
they
I
just
see them every time
enjoy.
they go to the Windjammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're so much fun, and they throw their shit out in the crowd.
Yep.
And yeah,
Yep. I would love to snag art. I
Yeah.
hope I can. Like I said, new podcast. You're episode 11.
Lamb.
It's hard. Lamb.
Lamb.
Sam Lamb.
Sam
I
Lamb.
love that freaking guy. Hey, Ood. Where you at? Sam Lamb. Yeah, my buddy just sent me a clip of him yesterday, this
That's
being
funny.
the 12th of July, so you know how long it takes these episodes to come out. He said, Happy Sam Lamb Day. I was done. He's like, make
So
sure you
funny.
get your Slurpees. Love that guy. He keeps getting banned, and then he like creates a new account and comes back and
Yes,
stuff.
I love
like,
that. I love it when people do that.
but as soon as he comes back, of course it gets like, I mean, I'll post
He
a video,
blows
I
up.
get like 900 views, and I get like, 51 likes. He comes back out of nowhere, and it's like a million views and like 70,000
That's what we need
likes.
to do is just be silly gooses.
Oh man, just find a catchphrase, find
Yeah.
something stupid.
Yeah.
But I will put clips of this. I always chop up clips. You've been
Yeah.
seeing them.
Yeah.
I try and pick some of the funnier moments, and I want to showcase my guests and me and just the banter, the really funny stuff. So hopefully that'll be good for your social
Absolutely.
media.
Yeah, that's good.
Because it's always fun. It's always fun to just like throw stuff out there. Apples and I, when we were talking about the iFly, the freaking indoor skydiving. God, it's one of my favorite clips because I was like, God, he said 300 pounds. I'm like, I know for a fact I'm 4, so where am I going? Like that. I'm just
That was
laying on
really
top of
funny.
the grate. Like, I don't think this is doing what it's supposed
this
to
isn't
do.
working, guys.
I don't think it's going to do it. Yeah. So, but yeah, so the, I don't know, like, who's your dream to see, or who did you not get to see before they died in concert?
Can I pick somebody that maybe wasn't around when I was alive that I still...
That would work too,
Yeah.
sure.
Janis Joplin, for sure.
Yeah.
I think she's like my all-time favorite singer other than Prince. And I've like read books about her and stuff. And our birthdays are only a couple days apart. And even when I was a kid, I was like, man, she's just so unique and different and weird and like doesn't care. And she's kind of like an anomaly of a person. So being able to see her and David Bowie too.
Yeah, David Bowie would have been
Yeah.
great.
Prince, obviously, but
Prince
that
was
was
amazing.
already
That was
implied.
amazing. I met a little girl. I was working at Spencer's Halloween, which is now Spirit.
Oh,
But when I was
I used to work at Spencer's way back in the day.
okay, I worked at Spencer's and then I went to
Yeah.
Halloween stores. So when I worked at Spencer's Halloween, this little girl, cute as can be, she wanted a pair of those glasses,
Yeah,
the circle glasses. And I said, yeah, they're over here. So they might be a little too big for you. I said, but we have these ones that are hearts too. She's like, She's like, I think I should go with the circles. And I'm like, are you sure? And she goes, what do you think, Mom? She's like, it's up to you. And I said, well, what are you going for Halloween? She goes, Janis Joplin.
That's so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. And she's like, yeah. And so we keep talking, and I'm talking to the mom and talking to her, and she's looking at me, and I go, well, good luck to you. I said, I think it's a great costume. And she goes, you're beautiful, man. And I said, thank you. And I'm like, who's the hippie? And her mom is like,
Normal.
normal. And I'm like, so then I kind of pull her to the side. I'm like, is her dad the hippie? They're like, no, this
She
is
was just born
her.
this way.
She was born
Oh,
this way.
That's so weird.
I'm like, that is so awesome.
That is.
This girl
It almost gives
is
you like
just
eerie.
She's just a freaking 60s love child
yeah, that's...
out of nowhere. And
That's
it's
really
like
cool.
2000. No, it was 1998. And here she is. She's just like, hi. She's like 5 years old, little hippie.
She's like, yeah, I'm
That's-
basically Janis Joplin. So
Basically reincarnate.
I have a lot of theories about like life and death and things of that
Mhm.
nature, but I am a Christian, so people are always like, you're a Christian? That's weird. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I also think that matter cannot be created or destroyed, right?
Of course.
So when we die, I think we all are kind of dispersed into each other.
Sure.
And that's why we find ourselves to be so similar with everybody we meet, we can find a connection with. And I think it's because we all have a little piece of everything in ourselves and everybody in ourselves.
I touched on
We're all
this on
kinda
the episode with
connected.
Josh Mills because I called myself Star-Lord. But
Ew. No, I'm just
one
kidding.
of the theories that I loved that I had discovered through, different things, ancient aliens, all this stuff, is the believing that we are all made of stardust. We all
Mm.
came from the birth of the same star. And so I think I would subscribe to the theory that from the universe you came to the universe you go. And that's the whole thing about energy and matter.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
can't. So you would then just go back into the particles. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
the particles. So
And that's where the song Drops of Jupiter came from.
right now that she's back in the atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I would think. I think you kind of
Yeah.
go back to, there's a group called Tally Hall. They were out of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a really, really fun little group. And the one song, Spring in a Storm, she said, the sky, in the line says, the sky is deep and dark and eternally high. Many people think that's where you go when you die. And then the little kid asked, do you? And he said, well, I think you return to obscure or whatever you were before you were. And I always thought that was an interesting thing too. Like obscure.
We should do some acid next time.
I'm telling you, something, right?
Listen to that.
Because can you believe I haven't touched marijuana in 20 years?
I have a bit about that where I'm like, I could not smoke a doobie. Something about marijuana like puts me out, like mentally, like it makes me freak out. But I could smoke crack and be fine. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we gave it up when we found out we were pregnant with him. We hadn't had it.
Yeah.
So I think it was Memorial Day weekend of 2005, and then we found out we were pregnant with him in June.
You're like, guess I can't touch the devil's lettuce no more.
That was it. And you know what? Memorial Day weekend, and we found out. No, we found out in July. You were conceived in June, because I was going to say that makes a lot of sense to your demeanor. You know, because you were just like, he's so just like
chill,
too chill.
Yeah, I could tell
you. He ain't my kid, you know, but he is. But he's just definitely not like me. Meanwhile,
also,
I was conceived in Ocean City, Maryland in the summer of 77.
Nice.
You can guess what my parents were on, and you can guess that's how I turned out how I turned out.
That's awesome.
Just going to go ahead and say that.
I think I was conceived in a hotel room before my dad went overseas in Walterboro. A Walterboro fucking hotel room. I'm like, well, that also makes sense why I act the way I am.
You know how I found out I was conceived in Ocean City? 1996, June 1st through the 7th or 8th of 1996. We're at senior week. Just graduated high school. We're at senior week. My car dies. Dropped my transmission out of my Ford Taurus. And my mom had to come up and get me, you know, so we stay an extra night. So we're like, let's go down Boardwalk. So we're walking around Boardwalk. It's me and my girlfriend, my best friend Nat, and a kid named Zach. Hey, Zach, glad you're doing good. Zach got clean, came back into the fold. He's on Facebook.
Good job, brother.
I'm so happy to see Zach. Except he put my personal shit out there. We were talking about something, and he goes, yeah, it's like when I walked in on you and so bumping uglies. And I'm like, thanks, man. Like, he totally walked in. He totally walked in, and we just kind of like paused. And he's like, I just need to get my shit. And he walked in, and he grabbed, I guess it was his pod or his fucking microdot or something. He grabbed his fucking acid. And then he left, and we were just like, okay, and then
anyway, I guess
continue.
We'll continue.
But anyway, so
and scene,
and we're back on. Pause for
funny.
Commercial break.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were all hanging out. My mom and my stepdad at the time, Howard, and my mom looks over at the Plim Plaza Hotel, and she goes, "Huh, that was where you were conceived," like in front of my friends, and I'm like, "Thanks."
Hell yeah,
Thanks.
Jenny don't give a damn.
And then she goes, but it was really a lot nicer back then, because it's a shithole, you know, or at least it was in the 90s. I don't know if it's nicer now, but it was a shithole.
That's so
And
funny.
I'm like wood paneling walls in hotel rooms. Like, come on now. It looks,
That's
every
gross.
room looks like your grandmom's basement.
I love wood paneling.
Oh,
It brings me back.
Yeah, but in a hotel?
Yeah, no.
Right. So I just looked and
The
I was
cigarette
like,
smoke is probably just stuck.
oh, it's
inside.
still there. Yeah, it's still there.
Everything's a little bit yellow.
Everything's got a dinge.
Yeah,
We're actually going there. We're going there for a festival in September.
that's cool.
Speaking of which, Train will be there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you got to see
You
this
should
festival.
rent the same hotel room that your parents.
We are
conceived you in.
close. We weren't there. That was booked up. We're one street up, but we are only a 12-minute walk
That's like
from the festival. So we are gonna probably want to leave at midday to take a nap.
yes.
and
Where's room 117?
walk back, take a nap, go back to the beach. Like
Yeah.
it's too close for a couple of old people. Like we're gonna want to. We could probably
What's
hear
the
it from the
festival
room.
called?
Ocean's Calling.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
And
I'll have to look it up. I
you
love
would
a
not
festival.
believe. I mean, the lineup is incredible.
Everybody
Incredible.
and everything.
Green Day, Fall Out Boy, Weezer, Noah Kahan, freaking
All the
Vampire
things.
Weekend,
Oh, that's cool.
even
Vampire Weekend
even
just played up
DJ
here.
Jazzy Jeff, freaking Train, live. Natasha
I
Bedingfield.
love Train. People shit on Train. I love Train. Meet Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Great song.
Oh yeah.
Great song.
Drops of Jupiter I've always liked.
Drops of Jupiter is good. That song's written about his mom when she when she passed away.
That's-
and that makes you love it more, doesn't it? Because you think it's about a woman or like a lover.
Yeah, because every
Train song is.
well, no, not every Train song, but like every song. I mean, shit. Every song by Maroon 5 is about a woman.
Yes.
Every
exactly.
single one. And he has said that though. He admitted that.
Yeah. But so you think it's about a lover, obviously it's still about a woman, but it's about his mom when she passed away, and that made me have a special appreciation for that
Yeah,
song.
and I can appreciate that when I hear the stories. I miss pop-up video.
Oh yeah.
I miss that from VH1 days,
Yeah.
man. I loved learning about
pop-up video.
I was the idiot who always listened to the commentary tracks on all my DVDs because I wanted to know more.
I'm like that too. I've always watched like MTV, VH1, Fuse when that came out. I've always been a music video person, and TJ, he has not seen any videos, and so I'm like, we gotta watch this video. You've never seen this video? Like One by Metallica, he's never seen that.
Oh wow.
That is a video that no one forgets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Any of the Primus videos are cool.
Of course.
He's never seen any of those, so I'm like, we have to watch this. My Name is Mud. We're putting it on.
What bothered me was Primus was in town and they were doing their version of Police's Synchronicity, the album.
Yeah.
So they play like their Primus version of Synchronicity. And the guy on the commercial said Synchronicity.
Ooh, that would irk my nerves.
Oh my God.
Maybe they did it on purpose.
ADHD was like, ah.
The least, or the...
Playing the police hit Synchronicity. I'm like...
That ain't right.
Why are you going to allow that to be on the air, 98 Rock? You should have kicked somebody in the face.
The lead singer of Primus did a side project with John Lennon's son called the Lennon Les Paul Delirium. Yeah, you should look into that. It's really neat.
Yep. So, I always ask people to bring me stuff for my shelves. Did you bring something for
the shelves? I brought Duran Duran's Live 2011. Got my favorite song on there, Come Undone, and 2011 for the 11th episode. I didn't even know that, but now that's pretty cool.
Who do you need?
Yeah.
Yep. And
happy birthday to you. Yeah. Rio's on there. Love Rio. One of my best friends.
Of course.
Her name
All
was
these
Rio.
songs.
Yeah.
A View to a Kill. Now.
That's a good one.
My wife is a mad Simon fan.
That's crazy.
She
Give that to her. Don't even leave it here.
I know, but she probably already has this. We might have it on vinyl.
It is a little broken up, but I was like, it's not opened yet. So if you want to
That's
listen
wild.
To it
No, we might have it on vinyl. I'll have to ask her, but no.
I have a big box of CDs.
All of
CDs. You said Notorious, I said CDs, but I have a big box of CDs, and I was like, oh, that'd be.
I mean, all of these songs. We listen to them. Yeah.
That's crazy. What a weird person to be obsessed with.
What do you mean?
Like for her to, of all people.
Oh, she's 51.
Oh, okay.
So like.
Your wife's older than you.
Yeah.
I'm 6 months older than TJ, and people lose their mind over that.
Really?
I'm like,
oh, no. I love it. But to look at us, you'd never guess it.
Okay.
Like everybody thinks she's younger. She doesn't look older than me.
Good for her.
She's much more social
Aged
media
like
savvy.
fine wine.
She's just a lot more youthful than me, except for the times where she mocks mom.
Where are you gonna put it?
I don't know. No, I'll find a place.
You might put it over here.
Put it in front of yeah.
Who do you need? Nice. It was smart of you to pick a comfortable chair.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I hate sitting in an uncomfortable ass chair. I can't do that.
So yeah, leave Wayfair.
What?
Think Wayfair.
Wayfair. Oh, from here? Oh, I was like,
I think
what
I got
the hell
them
are you
either
talking
Wayfair
about?
or Amazon. I can't remember, but it had to be comfortable and it had to be big enough for me.
That's true. A big man chair.
Yeah.
A papa chair. That's what we used to say at my house.
Papa chair?
A papa chair, because my papa was a pretty big guy, and
there
we would have to be like, get the papa chair, a big one.
Well, you are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
What I love is that so many people have had such a great time here, and all of you would gladly come back, that eventually I'm not even going to have to really like worry about trying to find guests or booking. I'll just be like, hey, can I come back on the show? It's like, well, what are you doing in 2 weeks? You know, like I would love that to be the thing. Like,
that would be fun.
Just know
I'll be a reoccurring guest. So if you don't like me, you'll like me later.
Well, no, I mean, but I'd like that. I'd like for everybody to catch up and see how you guys are doing and find out where your careers have gone and tagging all. By the last time we were here, and also if Apples wants to say something about the shit we said, and when he
Yeah,
comes
it
back
can
on,
kind
he
of
can
all loop
right. So we
around.
can all
It becomes a series of sorts.
correct. So
Yeah.
we can all tag on to each other or kind of have a scene within this.
Yeah.
At least bring the scene here. There'll be plenty of people from outside of the scene, but when we have the people who are in this scene here, you get to hear some of the what do we call it? The tea.
Yes,
Scuttlebutt.
the juice.
The juice.
I call it the juice. Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, this was Sara Meagan. Please find her on social media. Hate the H.
Yes.
At Hate the H, because she is SARA, not SARAH.
Correct.
Hate the H, and that would be on Instagram and primarily.
Yes, I'm mostly on Instagram.
Mostly
That's
on
about
Instagram.
it.
Okay. So find her on Instagram at Hate the H. And also, if you are in the Charleston area, pay attention. She says she does Madra the last Sunday of every month.
That's correct. Yes,
And
sir.
you also catch her at places like Wits End and many of the other places around. So keep your ears peeled because this funniest person in Charleston thing is not it's just the beginning. She's going to go on to do much better things. So,
Appreciate that.
and I can't wait to work with you again very soon. We'll have to make that happen.
Absolutely.
Anyway, all right. Well, thank you for snacking and yakking with us, and
Thank
we'll see
you.
you around. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was
So,
fun.
thank you. So many snacks. So many snacks. Hi. Well, thank you for watching another episode of Snackin and Yakkin. Do you want to be one of these names scrolling up the screen right now? Or maybe one of these photos in the frame right here? Well, it's very simple. You just join our Patreon. That's patreon.com/snackinyakkin. Membership levels start at $5 and go up to $15. And there's more perks the higher that you go. And let's face facts, you'd probably spend $5 on Starbucks or Subway next month anyway, right? But for your membership, it helps this show go, go, go. So thank you so much for stopping by patreon.com/snackinyakkin. And now, consider watching one of these two videos right here and going through the channel because there's plenty of show to go. And thank you for coming with me on my journey as I do some more